absolutely stunning number of games to play international rugby.
Brian Peel, as all number 9s do, like playing referee too. From the Merve, gets up high and is allowed, obviously, in the air.
Big tackle.
Huge tackle. But Sean Michael Stevens done well. Did in the first instance anyway, before losing the ball. Here's a chance for a break. Shanklin. Great running by Tom Shanklin. Now Wales need to maintain the possession. It's Williams in the first receiver position. The dancing feet. Martin Williams. Goff. Popham. Rees outside him. It's Rees. Matthew Rees going in towards the line. Good play by Wales. But the interception is going to give Canada the chase. Hook goes back. Craig Culpin now is going to get to the line. What high drama. Canada with the second try of this game. Just at a point at which it seemed Wales had to score. But it's the man with the Kiwi connection in the Canadian camp, Craig Culpin, who takes the opportunity for his first ever international try.
Well, stunning thrust and counter thrust. They turned over the big number 8. They went left. Tom Shanklin had a nice run. Shane Williams got his ball in his hands. He stepped and danced, beat 2 or 3, shipped it off to Martin Williams. All looking good at this stage. Goff does so well. There was a decoy run at the short side. They recycle the ball and he takes a gamble. He knew it was either 7 points for Wales or 7 points for Canada. He took a punt and then he had the legs. Don't look round, son. They're coming. They're coming. And he has the legs to go the length. Unbelievable. You can see the Canadian bench boys there going mad. They cannot believe when they were about to be 16 points, 5 down, they might now find themselves 12-9 in front.
Craig Culpin, Canadian-born, who moved back to New Zealand with his parents when he was 7 years of age and volunteered his services to the Maple Leaf country, which they obviously gladly accepted. Pritchard looking for the conversion attempt. As Wales are going to have to make a blood replacement also. Colin Jarvis waiting to come on for Martin Williams. Pritchard, excellent kick for the man from Bedford, on target. Canada take the lead then in dramatic fashion.
Hercus didn't have the legs yesterday. Culpin did. He took a punt, he made the chance for himself, and he goes the length. Martin Williams leaves the field for some blood, and the big Colin Jarvis has come on. It's how you react to this pressure, how you cope with these sorts of things that determines how well you'll do in a tournament and how far you can possibly go. Wales shouldn't be too... It's strange, they shouldn't be too disappointed. That was their first bit of open play that created space, and yet they find themselves underneath their own post. Who would be a coach?
Yes.
Well, my old man was, and he got the boot as well.
It's ultimately what happens to all coaches, isn't it? I think, like football managers. Alex Popham, corner flagging, like a good number 8. Colin Jarvis, one of the 5 skippers, past and present, on the Welsh bench. And made a huge contribution, of course, in 2003 to the Welsh effort.
When he wants to play, Jarvis, he is absolutely world class. There is absolutely no question about it.
Spot the ball competition. There's 2 mini mauls formed. But Jarvis is in the middle of it all there, number 19, rolling it on. Body positions are a little high.
Hands out to ruck!
This is now turned into a ruck, so hands not allowed. Peel, a little kick over the top for Mark Jones. This to allow Pritchard to get the ball before he can hit him when he hits the ground. So it's Canada's turn on this occasion, just to do the little snail's movement going forward in small steps.
If they're clever, they'll roll it, and they'll kick it off sideways and go in front 12-9 at half-time and have a real positive pep talk.
It's all right, it's out.
There's only 30 seconds of time to go before the half-time whistle comes.
The backs do not want this ball. Pick and go, get in the changing room and have a drink.
What will be the feeling in both camps, do you think, Will?
Well, Canada just be delighted to be in the game as they get a little charge down, but they've regathered the ball, Canada. Canada will be delighted to be in this game. They'll feel they could have been behind, but they've stuck at it, they've dogged it out, they've been physical at the breakdown. They feel as though they've got the match of this Welsh pack. The Welsh boys, again, have been irritated, frustrated. At times, when they've got their game together, they've looked good, but too often, there have been too many errors at key moments.
Oh, there's more drama. Ball's knocked forward, but in fact, the clock has gone past the 40-minute mark. So, Alain Roland calls a halt. First half of high drama then. 3 penalties for Wales for James Hook. 2 tries for Canada. They're in the lead at the interval. 12 points to 9.
Don't panic then. Back to Will Greenwood and Bob Simmons.
Referee Alain Roland gets the second half underway. It's a little cliche, everything to play for, but really 40 minutes of big rugby facing both these sides. Maybe even more so Wales than Canada, because the expectation is on them to win today. Martin Williams, number 7, restored to the Welsh lineup after being patched up.
Turnover, loads of space behind, put it over the top, Shane.
Shane Williams keeps it in hand, gets the old 1-2 going. Parker stays on his feet as long as possible, but it's all slowed down really. Peel's in there. Again, Williams involved. Kick into space. Jones and Shankling in there, good covering from Morgan Williams. Excellent play by the skipper. Really has been a great servant to Canadian rugby and has thoroughly enjoyed his time at Albi. Saw them gain promotion to the top 14 last season. Going out at the end of this competition. And his opposite number, Dwayne Peel, has the job of lifting his side. Ahead in scores, also possession and territory in that first period. Parker breaking the gain line. From Michael Stephen, it was in the end who brought him down. That's a good ball to Matthew Rees. Just for the moment, look to get it out to Jonathan Thomas. Tidying up work, gives the chance again to Kevin Morgan. People out, but they've committed the cardinal sin of giving away a penalty in that position.
I agree exactly with what Chris Horseman's saying in terms of, so far I agree with him, in terms of don't panic, but it is slightly worrying that he's discussing, well, as the game goes on, we'll rely on our conditioning. My goodness, there's so many fit teams in this World Cup. You need to be better than be able to run at a good 800 metres. You need to be able to change your game plan. You need to be able to change what's going when what's in front of you is unexpected, and what's in front of them so far has been unexpected in terms of the ferocity of the defence and the determination the Canadians have shown. That was nice. There was a good turnover. There was space behind. They won the line out. It was a well-drilled line out. But again, they just became one-off runners, and one guy, Mark Jones, competing over the ball there. Sean Michael Stephen is playing so well for them all over the field. They just need to work in 2s and 3s. At the moment, there's too many individual efforts from Wales, not a team or a unit effort.
Trot with the clearance kick as Andy Munro needed treatment. Sean Michael Stephen, SCA last season. Weird. Into a full lineup for Canada. Just to remind you, Canada in the red. Scorer of the first try, Jamie Cudmore. Clément Auvert in the central Massif in France. He's a pretty massive figure himself. Powerful man in the block or in the back row.
Number 9, don't get involved, he's legal. You're
Great
legal.
job for his side so far in this in the first period rather of this game.
4, advantage. You want us?
Wales are being penalised here. I think probably collapsing it. Ian Goff, I think.
One of the great rhetorical questions there from Alain Roland to Morgan Williams. Do you want that penalty? Take a wild guess, Alain.
Yeah.
We're winning 12-9. We've got some physical dominance. Our goal kicker might have a look, but he'll probably go to the corner and we'll drive it again and we'll begin to run the clock down. We'll make Wales play from deep. Will they get edgy? Will they get nervous? Will they begin to throw Hail Mary passes and chase the game when perhaps it's not on? Just turning the screw. It's very, very cleverly done by Canada at the moment.
And Reardon has the target, certainly, in this line-out. Tate 4, James 5, Cudmore 6. The pressure is coming in on Wales. It's Biddle 7 in there also. Momentum just for the moment has gone, so Canada start again. Bring it out to the three-quarters this time, through Spicer. It's Morgan Williams! Just short of the line as Canada look for their third touchdown of this game. Can they pick up and go from that tight position? Wales having to defend desperately. Luke Tate went over the top in the first instance. Ball now is on the ground. It's a ruck. Handling not allowed. Morgan Williams, the Canadian skipper, orchestrating things. Biddle 7 involved in picking it up. The pressure on Wales is just enormous. Pike, the fullback, goes to join it as well.
He's penalised Martin Williams, so they've got the advantage. Again, another free play, the same way they scored in the first half.
And the try scored, Morgan Williams. This time the captain gets in. Third try for Rick Suckerman. My word, they are taking control of this game, Canada.
Wales are on the brink of catastrophe here. Morgan Williams at the heart of it. He started it, he finished it. They won the penalty, they did the driving line out from the ensuing. He used the referee nicely. He used a little block, went through the middle. And there again, they drove and they drove and they drove, and there was no one in behind. As Colin Charvis has done many times to Wales, he's picked up, he's 12, 13 stone, and he's gone straight through the heart of the Welsh defence on the line. Tremendously disappointing. Serious questions now. Big team talk from Dwayne Peel. What does he say to the boys under the sticks?
That is the $64,000 question, as they say. Centre stage, his opposite number at the moment, Morgan Williams, with Canada's third score. And taking their chances when they're presented. That's what this game is all about, isn't it?
Exactly. How many chances have they had? But they have had the territory. I mean, I say that. How many chances have they had? They've had the territory, they've had more possession. Wales have been unable to get their hands on the ball, and when they've had it, they've turned it over. They've not been as precise as they'd like. Right, they've got to keep their heads up. They've got to keep working as units, as a team.
Pritchard, Canada's record point scorer, can't add the extra this time. But still, there are 2 scores in it.
Exactly, but it's the next score, isn't it? You fear for Wales if Canada come back and score again. It's the next score. Just nick a 3 points, nick a drop goal, get a penalty. Just do so. Alex Popham urging his teammates on. He won't lack for anything from his own effort. Will the boys follow him behind him?
The 20,000 Welshmen in the crowd here, in the pits very much so at the moment. The Welsh team will look to their supporters to lift them, but in turn, obviously, the players need to give the spectators something also. But it's Canada, their confidence sky high, obviously, on the strength of this performance. Mark Jones this time. Kevin Morgan. Again, the first time tackling by Canada was good. Sonny Parker this time takes it wide again to Shane Williams. Wales have managed to maintain the possession. Peel despite the pressure from Williams. So important to make your first time tackles in this position.
Good ball, good ball.
Adam Jones did well because Wales were looking isolated. Gethin Jenkins picks up off his bootlaces. You have a feeling this might well be a big attack. It's Kevin Morgan. Dumped to the ground unceremoniously. And Cudmore was in there fighting for the ball again. But Peel. Goff, good hands. And Rhys Jenkins. Alex Popham back inside. But the ball's gone forward. I don't know. Do you think sometimes as Stephen Jones looks to make an appearance, you get the feeling that in certain games things are just not good go your way? Well,
bounced the ball. They got away with potentially a forward pass. I saw the Canadian water carrier screaming at the touch judge saying that went forward. It didn't in the first, it did on the second. Here come the big boys. Here comes Stephen Jones and Gareth Thomas to try and help turn the tide.
The 2 captains Gareth Thomas, who was appointed to the captaincy when Stephen Jones was injured. It's James Hook, scorer of Wales's points in the first half, who is leaving the field. So Wales expecting a big change from their two vastly experienced international captains.
Very much so, to give them some direction, to give them some go forward, to stand in at 10. Kevin Morgan replaced there. I think he's all right. Is he injured? Well, a bit of ice. He should be okay.